Hey everybody, welcome into Tree of Life Oracles. This is the weekly reading for anyone. And since today is Monday, July 3rd, and it also happens to be the full moon in Capricorn, there's been some interesting, challenging energies out there. You're hearing, if you're watching other readers, and I'm sure you are, it's hit or miss in terms of what energies are floating around. Full moons by nature are a time of when we release things and let it go so that we can begin the transformation into something new, either a new way of thinking, a new way of being, a new way of behaving, a new way of feeling. And it's been interesting because I know what I've been feeling has been a little bit more challenging energy. And I know I'm not the only person out there that's happening to. So in processing this and getting ready to do the reading, I decided today to do something just slightly different. I am actually going to use a full moon in Capricorn spread that was developed by Emerald Lotus Divination. And we're going to use this to give us some sort of hardwired questions that we can really work forward. When I was looking through this, and I belong to groups and these are shared freely, and so I looked at this one, and I think this one is really a good one where we can ask some very specific questions. I haven't traditionally used spreads on this channel, but what I will say is that I've been reading for 20 plus years. And in that time, I do use a lot of spreads otherwise. I just haven't done it on the channel because I was going with the flow and just wanted to get a feel for it because I'm new to this recording process and highlighting things. So I'm going to keep trying different things as we go. And today we're going to do something I haven't done in a while, which is a spread for us to ask the questions. So we're going to start with pulling off some general energies, and then we're going to go into the spread itself with the tarot. I'm also going to use the vice versa tarot. And if you haven't seen that one before, it actually has the full-blown images, like Rider-Waite-Smith images on one side of the card, and then the other side is a different perspective. And the reason I felt led to use that deck, I think, is because what Spirit's trying to show us is that we need to be willing to change our perspective on things and realize that there's more than one way to do this. The hardest thing for many people right now is letting go of the way we've always done things in the past. It's just really difficult because we all get comfortable and it feels normal and it feels regular and it feels consistent. And as a human being, that's a very appealing energy or a very appealing state of being. And what the movement into the Aquarian age is asking us to do is to do this differently, to be different, to look at life differently, to look at how we work with each other, how we navigate issues, how we integrate, how we diversify. It's really about changing perspective about how we live. If we want, a lot of us in the spiritual community, we're always talking about we want a better world where everybody gets along and there's peace and a better harmony and love. But if you look at the world we're in right now, and this is a hard thing to deal with, but it's an important thing to remember. If you look at the way the world is going right now, it is a very far jump to go from what we have at this moment to love, peace, and harmony. Now, I'm not saying that because I'm trying to be a naysayer and act as though we're incapable of moving forward. That's not what I'm saying. We certainly can get there. That's why we're all here. All of us that with spiritual inclinations, no matter what they are, this need to be introspective and to understand how we navigate the universe with galactic brothers and sisters, and with our ancestors in spirit form, and with angels and guides, and just the general Akashic field. Those of us that are inspired to be in that, we know we can do this, but it also requires that we change. And I think sometimes, even those of us in the spiritual community, we can get the messages out, but I think even we sometimes don't realize that it's going to require a profound change in the way we do things in order to change that energetic field. Love in its divine form is certainly the answer. So how do we get there? That's really the question going forward. And this full moon in Capricorn is the start of that. If you tuned into the elemental readings that I did for the air signs and the earth signs and the fire signs and the water signs, one of the recurring themes that kept coming up over and over again is July is like, it truly is the new beginning. It's like the first day of the rest of our lives. So that means that this Capricorn full moon, which is the first full moon in this whole new cycle, this new beginning, is really important. So some of the things about the Capricorn full moon in terms of opportunities is when you master the rules, and I use that in quotes, whatever rules means, it can yield to a feeling of protection. Proceeding slowly forward is actually very nourishing. Some of the challenges is that there's going to be loyalties that are called into question, and feeling uncertain about whether to take a direct route to your goal or an indirect route. And I think that one right there is, that's the thing I've been struggling with the most, is like, which way do I do this? And I'm not the only person. I know that. And I'm not new to this spiritual journey either. This has been my whole life since I was very, very young. But I just decided to start sharing it with other people openly and move away from my very structured life of rules as a advanced practice clinician in medicine and wellness, or in healthcare and wellness, and because this is the part, nourishing the soul, nourishing these energies is ultimately going to impact our physicality in a very profound way. So we need to nourish in a beautiful and open way. And being open, being vulnerable, being willing to let things go, even stuff that's mega familiar, being able to let it go is a really hard thing to do. So having said all that, with the Capricorn full moon, Capricorn is an earth sign. And so that's, some of the negative sides of those kinds of energies can be like digging your heels in and being stubborn and just trying to make things persist and trying to force things into a box. But the other part of that is if you're willing to let go of some of that, if you're willing to open up and wander, do your spiritual wandering, as you go through and look at different things, if you observe, stay in that observer role and really start to understand and ponder what's going on within that, that's where we start to open up. It's a secure feeling, but it's a feeling of freedom at the same time. And I think this is where we're going to be challenged right now. So that's kind of the whole Capricorn thing in a nutshell. Let's pull off some initial energies from the, this is the Energy Oracle. I like this one. It's got some really pretty, very straightforward cards in it too. All right, let's see what we got, Spirit. What are we gonna give folks for this weekly reading for anyone on this full moon in Capricorn? What's important for us to know? What's important for us to be aware of? Okay, so the first one that comes out is the broken heart. So let's just put that right there. What else? We have the second chakra. We have our Archangel Ariel. So the sacral chakra is the seat of feminine energy. It is the chakra of the orange chakra, the chakra of creation, the chakra of sensuality, the chakra of the feminine beingness. It's about our how we approach intimacy. It's all of those wonderful things, okay? And keep in mind, we're talking energies, so this doesn't just apply to folks who identify as female, okay? All right, and then we have a storm warning. So what I see when I look at that, when I look at these, is that this goes to show you right there, that argumentative, and the whole reason when we're talking about Capricorn, when I said that the energy fields and the sensations are so diverse right now. You know, it's in both directions. Let me just look and see what's on the bottom of the deck. Aha, we're gonna take it. The number 11 card is cornucopia. Wow. Okay, actually I'm gonna take some of these. There's several of these. All right, because I talked a little bit before about indecision, and that card has actually come up. So let's do this, let's do it like this. So we have broken heart. I'm gonna put the storm warning there. Let's do Ariel. We also have the fifth chakra, the throat, which is Gabriel. We have the third chakra, which is, I'm gonna switch those. That's the solar plexus. Look, here's this indecision right here, okay? I'm gonna put that there. And then finally, we've got cornucopia. All right, so let's look at this. Broken heart. Now that doesn't have to mean, it doesn't have to specifically refer to heartbreak in terms of a relationship. You know, you could just be down in the dumps. You could be sad. You don't know why the sad's persisting. The storm warning coming in is, it's all the negative things that can happen, and it can lead us to this indecisive point. And I know, just personally speaking, is that I've had some difficult, and I'm an Aries, I'm very decisive. I always have been. But lately I've had indecision over the past 3 or 4 months in terms of not really being certain about how I want to move forward. And honestly, it's a different experience for me to have that kind of indecisiveness, but it's really impacted what's going on. And I think some of that was done for my benefit, to force me to slow down and to heal and to relax a little bit, because my tendency is, once I get going, I just go right back into type A. and type A is not, that's that part of the Aquarian age in terms of looking at a different viewpoint or a different way of doing things. I cannot continue to persist in a type A format. I've got to really learn to be more receptive and go with the flow better. And I think this is happening to lots of us, okay? What's interesting now is that we've got second chakra, the second chakra, Angel Oriel. So that's the seat of feminine energy, but also we have the third chakra, which is Archangel Samuel. That's the seat of masculine energy, all right? So now we have this indecisiveness about how to proceed. Do I tap into my feminine? Do I tap into the masculine? Do I tap into both? And then we have Gabriel in the fifth chakra. That's the throat. Speaking your truth into being, speaking up, making your needs known. And that's where we're going, is we're headed to cornucopia. Notice that's the 11 card. It's a master number. Let me pull it over there so there's not a glare. If I can get it without a glare. And the cornucopia, that's kind of like the 10 of Cups and 10 of Pentacles and Tarot all combined together. That's abundance. It's everything. So we're really already looking at, we've come from this down in the dumps thing through the indecision piece. Now we've got to balance these energies, and then that in turn is going to start helping us speak forward. The speaking the speaking the point, the truth, not just your opinion. This is not about, well, this is my opinion. That's not what this is, okay? This is about being able to speak from a place of authenticity about who you are and why you're here and how you're going to approach the world and others. That's what this is. This is the high road, right? Taking the high road, not just the common road. But through going through this in the common road, you know, this also shows us as we move into that higher dimensionality, you know, the sort of the higher self zone, more fifth dimension oriented. We're going from the third dimension, the hard 3D here with these very real cards like broken hearts and storms. I mean, that's a, you know, tornado or cyclone. Actually, it's on water, so it's a cyclone. But we're going from that very real stuff and going through the ambivalence of indecision. And now we're really starting to embody what's in the higher self to move forward. That's where the abundance comes in, because it's changing our perspective. So let's clarify some of this with vice versa. Yeah, okay. So I've already shuffled these a little bit. I'm going to shuffle them again. So with these, when they come up, we're going to take the side that I look at first when they present the cards to me. I'm going to take the one. All right, so I'm going to pull it up and I'm going to take this one. So the first thing we have is we have the King of Swords. No, we have the Four of Swords. I'm sorry. That is the king on the card, but it's the Four of Swords. And that's that card of rest, okay? So if you look at the opposite side, you know, this is typically one that you see, you know, the person's lying down and in the Rider-Waite-Smith decks, the person is resting, typically lying down, you know, inside a room. But here, you know, we're able to glimpse, we understand why we need to rest because we can see what's in the background. There's smoke, there's fire, things are burning. This is the part where instead of just resting and not knowing why we need to rest, we just need to rest. Now this is about resting because we understand what we need to heal from, okay? And that really fits in well down there. All right, Spirit, let's see what else we got here. Let's bring some more. And I haven't forgotten about the spread. We're going to do the spread too, okay? All right. So the next thing we have, all right, they've given me two here. So we have Judgment and we have Temperance. And the first thing with Temperance, so the normal side is this, the side. This is the part where you see the Temperance angel tempering the waters. Okay, but here we're seeing the backside. So what this is asking us to do is to temper our mind and our body. Okay, so we're tempering our strength with wisdom, right? And with action. Temper the strength with action and with wisdom. And you're looking into the distance. So this is planning. This is understanding that, okay, I kind of know where I want to go, but how am I going to get there? Am I going to do it through strength? Am I going to do it through just flying, like the eagle here, just flying and letting it all go with wisdom? Am I going to combine them both? Let's see where we're going, okay? With Judgment, this is the side where this is the rise after the storm. When you get here, you've got this, and they're facing the judgment of the universe. But on here, you begin to see the sun. You begin to see movement forward. You're exposed, but you begin to see movement forward, right? So that's a card of vulnerability. All right, so let's pull some of these cards for this reading. So the first thing is, what card is going to represent our energy during this full moon? All right, Spirit, what card do we have to represent us during the full moon? All right, the card to represent the energy during the full moon. And again, take what resonates. Not every message is for everybody. All right, so during this full moon, we have the Eight of Swords. So that's having all of your beautiful creativity feeling trapped on the inside, okay? So we're gonna put that right here. Okay, the next one is what is draining my energy at this time. And guess what? There's Temperance again for balance, okay? Actually, let's switch these. No, this is the way, this spread, we'll do it this way. We'll follow the spread. Okay, card number 3 is how can I feel connected to my emotions? We have the High Priestess. So this is about tapping in and seeking all that beautiful spiritual energy that we have, that intuitiveness. All right, now, trying to lay it based on the spread over here. Card number 4, what new way can I seek love and affection? Okay, what's a new way that we can seek love and affection? All right, for the collective. All right, a new beginning. Okay, we have the Fool with the new beginning. All right, the 5th card is something that wants to enter my life. The 10 of Pentacles, so this beautiful abundance, and that goes with this cornucopia card. And finally, how can I work on the evolution of my soul? The Spirit of Pentacles, this is the King of Pentacles. So this is about being stable and abundant and embodying the mastery of those ideas. Okay. All right, let's get some clarification on some of these. I'm gonna go back to the vice versa and let's just see what we've got. Okay, Spirit. When it comes to our energies during the full moon, tell us more about this Eight of Swords. All right, so this is the Ace of Pentacles. This is on the primary side, you know. This is showing us that it's still in the idea stage, where this one, if we had the Ace of Pentacles, we would be moving forward, but this one is that we're still a little trapped. The new beginning really hasn't begun, okay? What else about that? More about the Ace of Pentacles and Eight of Swords. So this is the Eight of Cups. Now, normally you'd be walking away from the Eight of Cups, okay? But in this one, this is the nighttime view, and you can see the person who's actually contemplating the cups, okay? He's contemplating the cups, and there's a gap in the cups. What's missing? So we're moving from a state of just saying, you know what? I hate the way I feel. I'm done with this. I'm just walking away from it, to now we're trying to understand. What is it that we're lacking? And there's with the shooting star at the top, there's your wish on the shooting star, right? What is it I'm really wishing for? Well, he's wishing for the Nine of Cups. That's the wish card, right? I want the Nine of Cups. I want that happiness on. But this is saying, what am I really missing? What's keeping me? What's keeping me from that Nine of Cups? What's keeping me feeling like I'm stressed and trapped? What's keeping me feeling trapped? What's keeping me out of balance? What's keeping me from making the decision on how to proceed forward? Okay. All right. And in terms of the new beginning, what other information do we need to know about a new beginning for seeking love and affection? What is that about, Spirit? Okay, so here we have the Knight of Swords, positive thinking, movement forward, okay? And that comes here too. If you look at this, the back side of the Temperance Angel here, right below, you see? Again, positive thinking. You're trying to figure out which way to head. Use a little strength, use your wisdom to move forward, right? Positive thinking. What else? All right, so here we have the King of Pentacles. Now this is the back side of the King of Pentacles. This is the front side, bringing the King of Pentacles in. So on this side, there's still, you're starting to see you've got all this abundance here, but you're still not quite seeing it yet. Got it? So the King of Pentacles, that full state of abundance here that you see here in the Spirit of Abundance card here, the King of Pentacles there. Let me slide these up a little bit. Is that you're not quite seeing all the abundance you have, all the beautiful things that you have. Because you're still staring out at what you want, but you don't see what you have. Okay, so that's really important. That's an important thing to really keep in mind. All right, Spirit, in terms of what's entering the life for the Ten of Pentacles, what else do we need to know about that Ten of Pentacles? All right, this is the Three of Wands. This is bringing the ships in, right? He's looking out there. He sees the ships. He's going to guide that sucker in. And there's also the sun. The sun is illuminating this. So that's bringing it in with positive energy, right? The other side of the card is a little different. You see what he's doing. He's focused and he's contemplating. But this time, he's ready to manifest it and pull it in. Because the sun has illuminated what's going on. And he's going to bring that in, right? So you're ready to bring it in. You're there. What are we missing about bringing in this new thing that wants to enter our life? What are we missing, Spirit? So we have the Seven of Cups, but this is the back side, the non-traditional side. Here's the traditional side, Seven of Cups, which is, I've got all these cups, I'm confused, I have no idea. Now you're making a decision. You've got some wisdom, your spirit guides are giving you information, your higher self is giving you information. You've got all the cups. It might be confusing, but they're also abundant, so it gives you options, so you can try different things. So that's something interesting to think about. All right, let's get some more information on how we can work on the evolution of the soul. So being abundant with the King of Pentacles. What else, Spirit? What do we need to know about bringing in this King of Pentacles, of evolving the soul? What do we need to really target for this full moon? Manifesting. There's the Magician in the Wheel of Fortune, actually. The Magician's in the Wheel of Fortune. So manifesting your destiny, manifesting your divine timing. See, here on the wheel's left up to chance. The Sphinx, it's the riddle of the Sphinx. The wheel is not, you're not sure, the wheel's just going, it's just going the way it's going to go, and you're not sure what's coming. This says I can manifest my destiny. I can do it, but I need to take action. The Magician is holding out the Ankh. I can make a decision. And with the Ankh, that's really the seat in ancient Egyptian culture. That's also the feminine energy, which is interesting because he's holding it in his right hand, which is typically the side in our bodies that guides masculine energy. So this is a blending of the two. This comes back to this temperance. And it also comes back to this version of the temperance here with the lion and the eagle, where we're blending these energies of strength and wisdom. This is showing us that we're actually combining our masculine energy that gives us drive and movement forward and action with the feminine energy of emotion and understanding and discernment and gentleness. So that's really important. So this is where we're headed. Any last words in terms of how we can work on the evolution of the soul? It's really about, you're divinely there. The timing is now. It's the balance of energies that's really, really the crux of the matter. And then This is the Chariot. So this is your traditional side. You see it coming towards you. Now you're looking to see where it's going, okay? So you're on the back side of this. You actually have started to move it forward. The Chariot's going, but you don't, you're looking ahead now. You don't have to focus on just building the energy. Your energy's there. Just move it forward. And he's also holding the caduceus. And that's, again, a blending. You see the snakes wrapped around. That's wisdom. It's often an emblem that we use in the medical community that shows wisdom and healing. So you've done that work. You're moving forward. The galaxy, look at this, the stars. The stars are the limit. You're moving forward. So go forward. Manifest that beginning and allow yourself to bring in all of these new changes. It really is about balance. On the underside of this deck is the Two of Cups, right? I'm going to put that there just so you can see it. The Two of Cups. It's about bringing things together, balancing out feminine and masculine energies, using that to move forward, using all the gifts that you have, starting to look and understand what you're missing. Because once you figure that out, once you see this abundance, this is like telling us that, well, I'm looking to see what I'm missing, that I'm wishing for, but I have the abundance, I'm just not aware of it yet. Positive thinking in this Knight of Swords is moving forward. So be aware of that mindset in terms of the positive self-talk. See if you can eradicate this, the negative self-talk from the past and start to begin to move forward. We're ready to take this abundance. We know where we're going. We have it within us to know where we're going. Go with it. Manifest your destiny. Keep it going. Wow, it's amazing. And this helps me I hope it helps you as much as it helps me to see things and remind me of things too. So to sum up this reading of Full Moon Capricorn, let's pull some Moonology cards. All right, Spirit, give us some parting messages with Moonology. The first one we have is you're very, very close to achieving your goal. You're there. The moon is there. It's ready for you. What else? What else, Spirit? What other message? Oops. Oh, okay, they want me to use they want me to go back to the Wisdom of the Oracle. Let's do this. What else? Unfinished symphony. Okay. Be in the here and now. Focus on what you've got right in front of you. Don't keep focusing on the future or on the past. If you keep focusing on the past, it's going to always remind you of the traumas from the past. So you need to not focus on the past and let it go. And don't focus on the future, because once you do that and you start anticipating what's coming, then it makes you want to get there faster, which means you're starting to control it, and that doesn't allow it to come in. Be in the energy of receiving, not doing, receiving when it comes to the future. So stay in the here and now. What else? Do we have another energy? Whoops. We had two, but one of them went flying on the floor. Hang on 1 second. We got higher power, tuning into your higher power and working with the divine to help you get there. And we have go the distance. This is your motivation card. Go the distance. And you know what? That's a 47. That comes out to an 11, which is a master number. That's 11. 10 is the end of a cycle. This one is a 4. That's stability. Okay? Spirit will help to stabilize you as you move forward. All right. Those are the messages for the weekly for anyone. I wish you good sailing, smooth sailing during this full moon in Capricorn. Release those things that are holding you back. Strive for that balance. And it's not just balance in your physical life. Strive for the energetic balance. Okay? Temper action and wisdom or thought. Temper those together. Go with the flow, but still be motivated to receive, and go with the flow, but don't control it. Stay in the here and now. You're close to achieving the goal. This one says it. This one sums it up all right there. So thank you very much, everybody, for tuning in for this one. And thank you so much for those of you that have liked the videos and subscribed to the channel. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, please do. I'm going to keep developing and adding things. And if there's other things that you'd really like to see, you're welcome to put those in the comments, and I will certainly take a look at it and listen. I want this channel to be about not just people clicking through and looking for whatever's there. I want it to be able to offer you what you need and what you're looking for. I thank you so very much for the support that you give me, the energetic support. Every time you like and subscribe, that's just a beautiful energy exchange, and I want to be able to give you all that energy back in return with messages and images that help you keep moving forward. So thank you so much. I look forward to seeing you next week for the weekly. Bye-bye.